Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday. Yay! That means it's time for Facebook Live and a little bit of crafting. So, if you are catching this part of the video, then you're watching the replay. Thank you for being here. Please type in replay so that I know that you've been here. I would appreciate that. And then if you're watching live, please say hello. Glad you're here. It is chilly in Texas today. Good morning, Joanne. I think it said about 34 degrees. We are not accustomed to this, y'all. Good morning, Cindy. Hello, guys. So glad you're here. Love and kisses to you, Joanne, my sweet friend. Looks like my camera's just a tiny bit crooked. Hold on for the ride for just a second. See if I can fix it. That may be a little bit better. Sorry about that. So glad you're here this morning. I have a really fun project. And this is a new fold that I've only recently discovered. But you know, is there really anything new under the sun? I think a lot of times we repurpose things. Thank you, Cindy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We don't like to just dilly-dally, do we? We want to craft. So glad you're here. I'm going to mix things up just a little bit. We're going to just jump straight in. I have some samples for you this morning. We are going to be featuring the Approaching Perfection stamp set. And it is in our celebration brochure, page 6. Really cute little stamp set with a little bit of sass to it. I like that. So there's some cute samples, but this is where you'll find it in our celebration brochure. And if you don't have one of those, please let me know because I can get one to you. I'm going to wait and announce the winner of our giveaway at the end. We're just going to jump straight into the crafting. I noticed last week that it was like 3 minutes in before we started crafting, so we're not going to do that. So let's see here. Let me fix my heater just a bit. So here is our first sample. It's got a super cute little birthday sentiment. And of course, this is the Flower and Fields Designer Series paper. So a very simple little card, but darling. And then another one featuring that same paper. It works really well with this Approaching Perfection stamp set, don't you think? And here's another little happy birthday. We're going to use a different sentiment today on our project. And you've seen this one before. We actually made this one on a Facebook Live a couple weeks ago when we were featuring the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. And a couple of these are swap cards that I received, like this one. Isn't this precious though? So fun. And this is a very simple card to make, but lots of fun with the different colors, the little balloons. So those are the samples I have for you this morning. I thought they were really cute. Let me get those out of the way, and I'll show you the card that we're going to be recreating. So this little cute card that is called a bookbinder card. Isn't that cool? Now, I used this style of card in my recent bingo class, but it's really fun. It's super easy, and I realized I did not get any tear tape out this morning. I'll have to do something different. Sorry. Thought it was all ready, but this is the card we're going to be recreating today. So I want to show you how to make this super easy little fold. We're going to bring in my paper trimmer. I have to kind of turn it sideways just because of everything that's on my table. But we're going to first pop a piece of Night of Navy cardstock into the trimmer. And we are going to cut it at 4 1/4. So basically, this 8.5 by 11, we have just cut it in half, and now we have 2 cards. So then we're going to put it into our trimmer again, and this time we're coming to 5.5 inches. Going to move that cutting blade, that dark blade, out of the way. And we're going to use the scoring blade. And then I'm going to move over to 4 1/4 inches. And I'm going to score one more time. And if I did it right, then we are going to be good to go. Move that out of the way. So basically when you're making your standard card, I don't know why I have a little bit of a glitch right there, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. So when you make your standard card, you would normally score it at 5 1/2. So you've got a 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. We grab a bone folder so we can fold this on the crease. So by adding that extra score line at 4 1/4, we're able to bring this paper back on itself. I didn't do a great job of scoring there, did I? Let's put that back in. Actually, let's just use the one that I already did, okay? So we've got it at 5 1/2, and then at 4 1/4, you're going to fold that one back so that it makes the bookbinding. So this part we're going to seal closed. So in between those two score lines, you want a nice, strong adhesive. So we will use a couple of strips of Stampin' Seal Plus. I usually use a little bit of tear and tape, but this is going to work just fine. And we're just going to close that up. I like to use my bone folder to just burnish that a little bit, get that nice and closed. Okay, there we go. How easy is that? And so cute, you guys. I have a couple other samples I'll show you in just a minute. So what's nice is then you need a 4 by 4 piece of basic white for the inside. And you only need a 4 by 4 piece of designer series paper here, because you've got an 1 1/4. You need a 1 inch by 4 inch piece for the outside. How simple. Not hard at all. So let's go ahead and adhere down this 4 by 4 piece of basic white. Plenty of room to write your sentiment when it's 4 by 4. Of course my glue is stopped up, you guys. So bad about not closing it. Someday that needs to be my crafting resolution at the first of the year. I guess you could make a resolution anytime you wanted to, but let's be honest. Am I really going to close my glue? Probably not. Okay, and this is such a cute little piece of the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, which is also a free celebration item. Now, celebration ends, you guys, February 28th. It only goes for 2 months this year, so do not wait. If you want this paper or the Approaching Perfection stamp set, get that order in. With a $50 order, you are able to select the Approaching Perfection stamp set or this paper. With a $100 order, you could get both. Now stop and think about this layout, because it's just so easy, you guys. And you could use any paper, which I'll show you a couple of samples here in a minute, and you'll see that that is totally true. You could use any paper. Okay. Next up, I don't think I got out. Yes, I did. We're going to stamp our sentiment, and this one says, the bad news is I forgot your birthday. The good news is I forgot your age. So see, a little bit sassy. And we'll bring in our Night of Navy ink. I'm going to remount this stamp because it was a little bit over to one side. Just re-inked this ink pad because it was getting pretty dry, you guys. So don't forget to re-ink your ink pads from time to time, especially if you've used them quite a bit. So cute. And then I have a little scallop in Night of Navy that I cut out. Now this is barely going to leave a little border, but that's fine with me because we're going really simple today, you guys. I just want a little bit of that Night of Navy to really make the sentiment pop. So this is a tiny bit of scallop back behind there. And we're going to put that over on this section where we've got a little bit of leaves going on. And that way, that cute little flower will show. So let me think. I went ahead and grabbed some Seaside spray ribbon. And this comes from our annual catalog. It's really pretty. It's got a little bit of metallic to it. And that's that background color is Seaside spray. So I thought about making like a little swoosh, tossing that ribbon back behind there, which I think would look really cute. But then I also thought about just tying a bow. And goodness, my fingers are cold. Let me see if I can make a pretty bow this morning with cold fingers. What's the weather like where you are? I know some of you live up north. And you're a little bit more accustomed to this weather. We Texans, we're freezing. And it's only going to get worse. I don't know. I like that a lot. Let's go with the bow, you guys. So I like to bring the tails down and bring them together. I know you've seen me do this before. And then when I snip them both at the same time, I know. And I think I'll grab a dimensional and pop up our sentiment. A dimensional or two. Or three. How many dimensionals is too many? Is there even such a thing? I don't think so. Okay, and we're going to put our little sentiment down here. Try to get that straight. Went off the edge just a little bit. I don't care. That's okay. That's okay. And then let's grab a glue dot to put our bow on with. It did turn out pretty cute. Cute little bow. We'll put it right up here. So that way it lets that paper really shine and we still have a little bit of an embellishment and a cute little sentiment. So there is our bookbinding card. We'll bring in that first version. And then I thought I would show you, last week we did our Stampin' Bingo. It was snail mail bingo. And so this is a bookbinding card that we made in that class. So for this one, you just cut the paper 8.5 by 5.5, and then you score at 4 1/4 and 3 inches. So it still gives you that nice little bit to turn into the binder. So there's another sample for you. And then yesterday, I decided to pull out this super cute paper, which again is the snail mail, and make just another sample for you. And this is a really, really cute sentiment. Let me grab it. It says newsflash. So, you know, I'm kind of working with this snail and newsflash. Newsflash. Birthdays are found to be good for health. Studies show that people who have more birthdays live the longest. So I thought that was cute too. I'm telling you, there's a little bit of sass. A little bit of sass. And that's never a bad thing, right? Okay, hope you enjoyed this little project that we made today and all of these samples. I'm enjoying showing you so many samples just to give you a little bit more inspiration. And then we do have a winner. If you'll recall, last week our giveaway was a little sampling of the Flower and Fields Designer Series paper, which you saw used again today. It is awesome. And I had a new viewer actually win the prize from last week, and her name is Susan Feliciano. Looks like Pacheco. Susan Feliciano Pacheco. So Susan, please message me with your address, and I'll get this paper in the mail to you. And thank you very much for watching. Now, I do have a prize this week that we will award next week to a lucky winner, and it is an Approaching Perfection stamp set. Now, normally you do need to place a $50 order and receive this as a celebration reward, but I had an extra one, so I thought that would be the perfect prize for this week. So all you have to do to be entered for a chance to win this Approaching Perfection stamp set is place a comment. You can say hello, you can say you like the card, whatever you want to. Hello to one of your friends that's watching with you, or you can share the video with friends or family. Anything like that, any kind of interaction will get you a chance at winning this prize. I'll put you in the drawing. So thanks so much for being here with me today. I hope you're having a great week. Please stay warm and stay safe, and come back to see me next week. I'll be featuring another celebration stamp set next week, and I'll have more samples for you. Take care. Thank you.